Hey everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. And I'm realizing it now that I've started recording that my voice sounds really off, so I apologize for that. I've been trying to stave off the cold that has been running through my family the past couple of weeks here, but unfortunately, I think it came home to roost last night. But anyway, with all of that aside, I am talking the new items I grabbed in October, so we have a bunch, and I'm really excited to share them with you guys. So let's get into it. Before we do though, if you have a quick second, go and hit that like button down below. That engagement really does help me out. But with that said, let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right into my new pickups from October. So I'll actually start off with a Funko Pop, and I'll be honest, I do not remember where I grabbed this one from. I bought this months ago. It's been sitting over there, and I've been meaning to put it in one of these hauls for the past like 3 months, and I've just completely forgotten about it every single time. But this time, I made sure to grab it. This is Regan from The Exorcist. I love the like pea soup vomit going on the bottom down there, and on the side, that's really cool. But yeah, this is such an awesome figure. You can see it's all over her costume, her outfit as well. So yeah, very happy I was able to find this one. And it's fitting because I may or may not have The Exorcist on 4K to talk about later. But yeah, I figured, yeah, I needed to show this one this month, especially because it was, you know, the month of Halloween. So yeah, another one for the Halloween, or rather the horror movie Funko Pop collection. I was able to grab Regan. I'll move over to the DVDs next, and I only have a few of them, but I heard some people were finding some really cool things at Big Lots last month, and I had like a 20% off coupon, so I went out and checked it, but unfortunately, not a whole lot. I did grab 2 things that were on clearance for ridiculously cheap. So the first one here is called Triggered, and it just sounds kind of interesting because it's a group of friends who get like, they wake up and they have these devices attached to them, and they're trying to survive. So almost like a one location style survival film, which I think sounds interesting enough. So yeah, I'm intrigued, and you can see the price sticker there, 75 cents. I think I paid like 71 cents after my discount, so it was very cheap. But yeah, I don't know if it's going to be any good or not. Probably not great, but it was interesting enough for the 70 cents I paid for it. So this first one here is from Big Lots. We found Triggered. Similarly, this is one from Big Lots that I've been wanting to pick up for the longest time. I would really like it on Blu-ray, but hey, they didn't have the Blu-ray, they had the DVD for 77 cents. So I finally grabbed the Loft. And this looks like such an interesting one. It has Carl Urban in it. I believe James Marsden, yeah, is in this as well. And these like rich men, from what I understand, they use this one loft to have affairs, but they show up one day and one of the women they were having an affair with is dead. And so it's a whodunit, I believe. But yeah, it sounds pretty interesting, has a really great cast, so I've always been intrigued to check it out, and for 77 cents, I will do that now on DVD. So the other one I grabbed from Big Lots is The Loft. I just realized I do have some Blu-rays from Big Lots also, but I'm going to finish the DVDs and then we'll jump back to those Blu-rays. But anyway, the last Blu-ray, so actually if you go to Rite Aid, at least as of filming, they're doing 50% off all of their movies, Blu-rays and DVDs. Now, admittedly, the selection is pretty darn bad. Most of it is like Dollar Tree knockoffs that they're charging $5, $10 for, and so it's not even worth it at the half off price. But that said, I did find a few cool things here. The first one is the Boris Karloff franchise collection. So this is 5 movies, and you can see it's marked at $9.99, so I paid $5 for it. And it has 5 movies that I don't have, and I didn't have in the collection prior. So I figured, yeah, let's pick it up. So included on here, we have The Night Key from 1937, Tower of London from 39, The Climax from 44, The Strange Door from 51, and then The Black Castle from 52. So I've never seen any of these, but I love Boris Karloff, so I figured this would be a really cool ad for the collection. Even though it's a DVD for $5, that's still a pretty good deal for, you know, 5 different movies on here. So yeah, looking forward to checking this one out. A pretty cool find. This is the Boris Karloff collection, and that's the last of the DVDs. I do have some more Rite Aid. Is it Rite Aid? Yeah, Rite Aid pickups on Blu-ray though. So let's jump over to those next. The other item I picked up from Rite Aid was a Blu-ray that I realized recently I didn't have in my collection, which is a damn shame because this movie is awesome. This is 22 Jump Street. So of course I had 21 Jump Street, but I didn't have the sequel. And I do know that both of these are available on 4K, but I mean, for the price, this was $2.50. I figured I'll just do this now. And then if I find the 4K cheap down the road, I can always upgrade. But I now have them both on Blu-ray and I love these movies. I think they are absolutely hilarious. So very happy I was able to add 22 Jump Street to the collection for such a good price. All right, let's transition back over to Big Lots because I do have about 3 more from there, all Blu-rays. So the first one here, I wasn't sure about until I started reading about it, but this is called First Strike and it's with Jackie Chan. So it turns out this is actually like Police Story 4 from that franchise. I own 1 and 2 thanks to I think it's from Criterion, right? On their Blu-ray. And I don't own number 3, which I think also has a different title, but I have now number 4. And I believe there's another one called The New Police Story, which I also own. I don't know if it's on Blu-ray or DVD, but I'm fairly certain I have that too. So I assume that's film number 5 in the franchise. But yeah, anyway, I loved the original Police Story when I saw it. The effect or the stunt work by Jackie Chan is just insane. It's so good. So I wanted to grab this one to add to that collection. So this is Jackie Chan's First Strike. This next one is actually an upgrade for me. I did have it on DVD, but I love Joseph Gordon-Levitt, so I figured I would just grab the Blu-ray for the price. Again, these were all 20% off, I believe it was. So I picked up Snowden on Blu-ray, and I don't really know too much of the story, like the real story behind this, so I figured this would be a good introduction to that. Then, of course, I can, go the true crime docuseries or podcast route after that to get the real story. But yeah, excited to check this one out, and I didn't realize that it's actually an Oliver Stone movie. I didn't even know that until recently. So yeah, really excited to add this one to upgrade this one in the collection and check it out. This one here is Snowden. And the last one I grabbed from Big Lots is another upgrade for me. I did have the DVD. It was actually a 2-disc DVD set because the movie's so long, but I figured it would be just better to have that on Blu-ray. This is Gone with the Wind, a movie I've not actually seen all the way through. I believe we watched some of this in class back in high school, but I've never seen this from start to finish. And given that it runs at 233 minutes, I don't see me popping this in anytime soon. But hey, I'm glad to have it in the collection, and it looks like it has, some special features on there as well. So this actually is a 4-disc Walmart exclusive that I grabbed from Big Lots. More expensive than the Blu-rays I normally get from Big Lots. But again, it was like $8 with the 20% off, so not too bad. So happy to upgrade Gone with the Wind. These next 2 were random pickups from Amazon. They went on sale like very cheap, so I grabbed both of them. And the first one, I remember watching this movie in theaters when it was brand new with my family, and that was a rare occurrence. We didn't go to the theater too often as a family, but I loved it when I saw it then, and I've liked it every time I've seen it since. We have Chicken Run, the DreamWorks and Aardman production there, but it's of course like the stop motion. It is so much fun, and it's really short, so this is one I'm really looking forward to showing my daughter and eventually my son when he gets a little bit older. I think that they'll both get a kick out of this because I loved it when I was a kid. So happy to add Chicken Run to the collection. And the other one is actually a Takashi Miike film that I've wanted to see for the absolute longest time. This dropped down to about $4 or $5, I think, last month, so I grabbed it. Ichi the Killer. Like, I don't know too much about this, but I believe that this Blu-ray release is as good as it gets when it comes to seeing this movie in the best format available. So I'm excited to check it out. We will see. This is the definitive remastered edition. I've always heard that this is like super brutal and bloody, and that's why I've always been interested in it, but I've just never owned it until now. So happy that I was able to add Ichi the Killer. So the vast majority of what's left are all new releases, maybe excluding 1 or 2 as we go through them. And I've reviewed a bunch of these this past month, so you're going to hear me say that a lot. Much like this first one, which I think is probably my favorite horror movie of 2023. I absolutely loved it. This is Cobweb with Lizzie Kaplan and Anthony Starr. This is such a great film. I talked about it in my 13 Days of Halloween vlog. There are timestamps. You don't have to watch the whole thing. You can just check out this review if you're interested. I loved it. It is excellent. Know as little as you can going into it though, because like the twists and turns are just great going through it. Love this movie. So glad I grabbed it. Cobweb. This is one that I talked about in my anticipated releases just because I thought it was cool that it was coming with trading cards when it was brand new. It finally came back into stock and it was a good price, so I picked up Spirit Halloween, the movie. And this is the special collector's edition. So I love the fact that Christopher Lloyd is like our main villain in this. That's super cool. But let me open this after I cough real quick. I'm not gonna lie, I was starting to feel a little bit cocky because I wasn't getting sick over like the last 2 weeks when my whole family was. But here we are now a couple weeks later and it's just like I just can't stop coughing. Anyway, these are the cards that came inside it. I'll just go through them real quick. Unfortunately, they didn't come in any packaging whatsoever. They were just inside loose. And so they're not in mint condition. This is the coolest thing from the movie. But yeah, all of those were creatures from the film. So that's kind of an idea of what you're getting if you haven't seen this one. But I really wish it would have come with like inside a packaging, you know, so that they were in better condition. But it is what it is. Now, this is a movie I watched last month during my 31 days, but I didn't review it because I did manage to watch 31 horror movies last month, plus like 4 or 5 other films that were not horror movies, so I didn't count them. So it was the most prolific movie watching month last month that I've had in probably years, if I'm being honest. So it was great. But anyway, this one is totally fine. I want to say I gave it like 3 out of 5 stars. It was pretty good for what it was, but it's definitely a family horror film. So if that's what you're looking for, great. My daughter, she's 5. She did get maybe a little scared by it, so she ended up not watching the whole thing. But yeah, it's really cool. And I love that Christopher Lloyd is our main villain in this. So it's a fun movie. It's not terrible. It's not great. Right in the middle. If you can watch it streaming, I'd probably go that route. I don't know if you need to pick up the physical Blu-ray of it, but yeah, I don't know if these are I feel like this is one that could be a little bit difficult to find in a number of years. And so that's why I ended up picking it up. Plus I really wanted to see what those cards were all about. So anyway, check it out if it sounds at all interesting. It's literally this group of kids are like, they lock themselves inside a Spirit Halloween for the night, and then all this kind of crazy weirdness happens from there. So it's decent enough. Spirit Halloween, the movie. Another Blu-ray with a full review here on the channel. One of my Tuesdays this past month, we have The Boogeyman. And this is directed by Rob Savage, who I really like a lot of his other work. This one I thought was good, but not as good as I was hoping it was going to be. It just felt kind of like a generic horror film where Rob Savage is, in my mind, like can do so much more than generic. And so it is what it is. Not terrible, but it's okay. It's The Boogeyman. I will show these two together because they're both from Visual Vengeance. We have Vampires and Other Stereotypes along with Lichen Colony. My review is live for Lichen Colony already, and then Vampires and Other Stereotypes is either live today, yesterday, or it's going this weekend. I don't know. It's going to be live at some point here, or is already on the channel, so check it out. But this is spine number 11 and 12. If you're going to pick out one of these, Lichen Colony, without a doubt, is the way to go. But yeah, they both have their merits. So Lichen Colony is the best, worst movie I've ever seen, and Vampires and Other Stereotypes is a movie I've seen. I'll show these next two together as well, and I do have a whole other unboxing video with both of these, but these were the ones I grabbed during the 50% off flash sale on Criterion's website, which of course now there is the full 50% off sale at Barnes & Noble. I've honestly not partook yet, but I'm sure I will. But anyway, I grabbed The Innocence, which is a horror movie from 1961 that I've always wanted to see, so I finally grabbed it, and then I got the new release, Todd Browning's Sideshow Shockers, and I unboxed this one entirely on that other video, so definitely check that out along with a couple other things you're going to see here today. But yeah, very happy to add these to the collection for half off during October. This next one was totally random, but I found this one from Target of all places, and it's a Scream Factory Collector's Edition from Target. It's just so weird. But anyway, I found Tales from the Hood. Now, this is an anthology film that I've never seen, but I've always been intrigued about, and of course I'm not going to pass it up. This was like $20 at Target for a Blu-ray or a collector's edition Scream Factory release. Like, how weird is that? And actually, you know what? I think I price matched this to Target because I think it was only like $18 at Target, or maybe there was like a 20% off or something. Whatever the case is, I got it for around 18 bucks. And so really good deal on this. And again, another one for that collection. Like, why wouldn't I buy this? So looking forward to checking this one out. This is Tales from the Hood. All right, 4K time and a whole stack of things here also. The first one is another one I've already reviewed on the channel, Talk to Me. my second favorite horror film of 2023, but I loved this movie. Didn't really know what to expect going in, but I was blown away. Such a unique and great horror film. Definitely check out my thoughts on this one, my review for my thoughts on this one, but I loved it. Talk to me. And another one I thoroughly enjoyed, where you can see my full 4K review here on the channel, The Blob. So this is one I held off on with the Blu-ray releases from Scream Factory. So picking this up on 4K was a great deal for me. It looks awesome, and the movie is an absolute blast. Check out my review for my thoughts on this one. This is The Blob. Here's another one that I talked about in my 13 days of Halloween vlog. I keep mixing things up here, but Scream 3 came out last month on 4K. Another one that looked great, and I love this movie. It is just so much fun. So like I said, you can hear my thoughts on this and the entire Scream franchise if you check out my 13 days of Halloween vlog. And again, it's a super long video. It's a feature-length video, but there are timestamps in there, so you can go to whichever review you're most interested in. So yeah, definitely check it out. But I really love Scream 3. And the rest of these, I don't have reviews, so I'll stop being a shill. But anyway, I did grab The Mist from Best Buy, and this is the exclusive Best Buy Steelbook on 4K. Cannot wait to check this one out. I was going to watch this last month. It didn't happen. I did watch 31 movies. Unfortunately, The Mist was not one of them, but I'm definitely happy to have this in the collection. Here is the 4K Steelbook Best Buy exclusive of The Mist. Speaking of Best Buy Steelbooks, I did grab The Wicker Man. Now, this was one I was really on the fence about. I've seen this once and I didn't love it, but I figured, you know what? I've been hearing great things about I've been hearing kind of mixed things about the 4K, if I'm being honest. But from what I hear from, reputable sources that I follow online, it looks pretty darn good. And I don't think there's going to be a better release of it. Plus, this Steelbook is gorgeous. I love it. My second favorite Steelbook release of the year, or of the month rather. Such a great one. But anyway, this is The Wicker Man, and I cannot wait to revisit this full core to see if I like it any better the second time. And now I'll talk about my favorite Steelbook release, probably of the year, because this thing is stunning. Transformers Rise of the Beasts. This thing is so beautiful. I love this release. And so, frankly, good for them for having such a nice Steelbook, because if it wasn't the Steelbook, I would have been taking this back and just picking up the regular slipcover edition right now, because it's down to like $9 on Amazon. At least it was the last time I looked. So if you're watching this and you want this on cheap 4K, definitely grab the slipcover edition because it's on sale and it is very, very cheap. But instead of paying $9 for the slipcover edition today, I paid $35 for the Steelbook back when it released. But either way, I love this one, so I'm happy to have it in the collection. Transformers Rise of the Beasts. And the last two are also part of the unboxing video, so you may have already seen these, but if not, I'm going to figure I'll show them again real quick here. Finally, Halloween, the 4K collection, 95 to 2002, went on sale for half off. So I have Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, Halloween H2O, and Halloween Resurrection, and Curse of Michael Myers does have that producer's cut in there, which is frankly the only way to watch that movie nowadays. But yeah, this is a really cool release. I do wish that the packaging was a little bit better, but fortunately all of the actual 4K discs, or cases rather, are in that hard cardboard. I wish the whole thing was, but it is what it is. This is a good price to pay for this. This was about, what, $6.40, $50? I don't remember now. It's been a while. But yeah, check out the other video if you want to know how much it was. But anyway, happy to have this one. And if you want to see my full unboxing, check out that video available on the channel. But Halloween, the 4K collection, is finally in my grips. Grips in my midst. I have it. I own it now. I don't know what I'm trying to say. And last but not least, the most beautiful release of the year, Hellraiser Quartet of Torment. And yes, this is a UK exclusive release. I picked it up from Diabolic DVD and it was not cheap, but boy, it's worth it. This thing is stunning. Now, I had every intention to watch through these last month. It didn't happen, but I will watch through these quickly because I'm very interested to check out this franchise. I've seen the original and frankly, I don't love it, but I want to give it another chance, and I figured 4K would be the best way to do it. This thing is beautiful. I'm going to be a shill again. Check out the other video because I do a full unboxing with the top-down view. It's stunning. It is a beautiful release. Definitely check that out. But the last one for today is Hellraiser Quartet of Torment, which has the first 4 films on 4K of the Hellraiser franchise. All right, guys, I'm not going to pick them all up. I'll hold up Reagan because why not? But that was all of the new releases and new items I grabbed that were on sale last month. It was a gigantic month for physical media, and I loved every minute of it. November, I already have a small stack going over there, mostly because of the Black Friday sales, but that's what the month of November is best for. And so I'm so excited to see what else I grab in this month. But I want to hear from you guys down below. Did you pick up any cool new items last month? Let me know anything and everything you grabbed down in the comments. I really appreciate that support. But as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button down below. Voice aside, hopefully it wasn't too annoying, but thank you guys so much. I just want to say thank you for watching this one, and I want to encourage you all to consume some media today. I'll catch you next time.